It's important for us to understand what's happening in Acts 15 because a similar scenario has developed over the last 50 plus years in Christianity throughout the world. That the demographics of Christianity, the same way it was changed in Acts 15 from a Jewish community to a more Gentile community, the same thing is happening in the church in the world over the last 50 plus years. And what we've seen is that if you were to say, who is a typical Christian in the year 1950? Well, that person is probably about 50 years old, white, male, upper middle class, living in an American suburb. However, if you were to ask that question in 2017, it's no longer the white male living in a Midwestern suburb, upper middle class, but it's now a Nigerian peasant woman in Lagos, Nigeria. It's a teenager in Mexico City. It's a university student in Seoul, South Korea. So what we've seen over the last 50 plus years is the transition from a Christianity that was centered so much in the West, so much in the United States, to now a Christianity that is in the Southern Hemisphere and in the Eastern Hemisphere. Yes, immigrants are bringing their faith with them. It just happens to be Christianity that they're bringing with them. And that Christianity, I argue, is actually saving Christianity in America. You want to save Christianity in America? The group that is declining the most among Christians is white evangelicalism. That number is going like that. You look at immigrant churches, they're going like this. The new immigrants represent not the de-Christianization of American society, but this is critical, the de-Europeanization of American Christianity. Christianity in America is actually doing well and thriving. It's doing okay. Why? Because the immigrants have brought Christian faith here. So the future of the church in America, not just the future of America, but the future of the church in America is dependent upon immigrants and ethnic minorities. So there was this idea in Acts chapter 15, verse 1 and 5, that we will accept you if you become like us. And I describe this as the cultural captivity of Christianity. When you are called to convert not to being a follower of Jesus, but to become a cultural expression of Christianity depending on the culture. So even though the demographics of Christianity globally and in the U.S. are changing, there is still this assumption, if you're going to be a really good Christian, you really need to be a white Western Christian. You think about, for example, the passages of Scripture that we read, the songs that we sing. They tend to focus so much on the individual, we miss the portions of Scripture which really talk about community. So one of the things we have to do when we're talking about diversity is how are we willing to actually engage another narrative besides your own? How are you willing to say, I'm going to learn from the other person as much as I have to teach? I am going to convert to a form of Christianity that is different from my own, still maintaining the truth of the gospel, but I want to learn from what it means to follow a person that comes from a different cultural context. So this is an opportunity as God's people to be part of the good work of God in our midst. Globally, locally, global Christianity, American evangelicalism, this is a great opportunity to embrace the work of God and to be a part of the good work of God.